So, by not very popular demand, I'm back with another episode of Cooking with Candyman. I've had requests to make some crumpets, which I made before, which is where this all started. I will get round to that at some point, but for now, because it's quarantine time, I'm basically cooking with what I have at home. So today it's going to be a very quick one. We're going to make a nice brunch of a sweet potato rosti, bacon and poached egg. So for this, you're going to need, obviously, sweet potato. This is one that I just happen to have left over. Onion, eggs, some flour, some vinegar for poaching the egg, and as always, butter. So first up, I'm going to peel the sweet potato and we're going to chop the onion. Get those done, see you in a bit. Quick lesson on knife skills. Knife, hold it like you are holding, I don't know, I guess a pen. Hold it by the blade, by the handle with just a bit over the blade. That gives you more control. With your onion, you're going to chop the bottom off, chop the top off. And then slice it in half down the middle. Peel off the skin. Right, I hope you can see this. Have your onion, so you've got root end that end, fresh end that end. With your fingers, hold them like that, and you're going to use your knife against your fingers. That gives you all your control. And push the onion forward with your thumb that's sitting behind. Make sure you never put your thumb in front of your fingers. And then we're going to add that to the sweet potato. Right, to this, I'm going to add some salt, some black pepper, one egg, and some plain flour. I'm going to add, let's see, a couple of tablespoons. That should do it. This is basically going to help it all bind together, so when it cooks it doesn't all fall apart. Now we're just going to mix this up with our hands. I have already washed my hands. And there you have your base for your rostis. Next up, we're going to prep a couple of eggs. So I'm doing this for 2 people, so I'm going to do a poached egg each. Grab 2 cups, crack your egg into the cup. Now poached eggs, freshest eggs work the best. There's 1. And there's 2. On a pan of boiling water for your eggs. And to that, we're going to add some vinegar. This is just going to help the whites stick together, so you don't get all that wispy, crappy bit. Then we want a pan on for our rostis. To that pan, going to add a nice knob of butter. Butter is the best thing in the world. And to that butter, just to stop it from burning, a little bit of oil. So we're going to wait for that to get nice and frothy before we start cooking the rostis. At this point, we're also going to cook some bacon. I'm using just normal streaky bacon that we get here in France. If you can get nice back bacon, use that. If you don't know how to cook bacon, learn how to cook bacon. But I'll see you when all this is ready. Right, trying out a new camera angle. See if it helps you see what I'm actually cooking. I've got the bacon under the grill, cooking away. Got a nice simmer on my water for the poached eggs. You don't want it boiling, because that will just break up the eggs. You just want a nice simmer. The butter and the oil is all completely melted and getting nice and frothy, so we can start working on the actual rostis. I'm going to use a couple of rings to form them into shape. You can do it just by doing it into balls and then flatten it down, but I just prefer rings. So, get 2 of my rings like that, put it straight in the pan. All of the rosti mix in there, and in there. Get a bit more in that one, a bit more in that one. Grab a spoon. Just give them a nice press down. Then you can take the ring off. Do the same with the other one. And they're going to cook for about 4 minutes on each side, roughly. I'm going to check on the bacon, and then we'll come back to that in a minute. So they've had a few minutes so far. Just going to grab a fish slice. Check they're not sticking to the pan. They're doing all right. So now it's time to flip them over. Get your fish slice right underneath. Make sure you flip them away from yourself so the fat doesn't spit back at you. Just like that. Same with the other one. Give them a little squash down. And we're going to cook these for a couple of minutes before we then start on the poached eggs. So what I like to do with poached eggs, this isn't a necessity, but it does make better poached eggs. Get a pressure strainer like that, grab your egg and pour it straight onto that. And then that way, all the very thin bit of egg is going to seep through. Put your egg back in there. And you're going to get a much nicer poached egg at the end of it. You won't get all of that wispy white that just kind of hangs around. Do the same with the other one. Right, these are nearly there, so we can go in, gently tip these into the water. Don't forget this water's got some vinegar in it. If you are doing just one egg, you can whisk the water and that will make a centrifuge which will help the egg hold together. But because I'm doing 2, I'm just going to gently dip them in. Now, one of these eggs is fresher than the other, so one's going to hold up well, the other one not so much. They're going to take just a few minutes to get nice solid whites and then a nice runny yolk. Got a couple of plates ready. And then we'll be back when all this is cooked. So, our rostis are cooked, our eggs are getting very close, we can slowly start assembling. Get your rosti, make the butter and fat drip off onto your plate. Same with the other one. Grab your bacon, a few pieces on top of your rosti. And we're going to check on the eggs. So the eggs now should be just about done. A nice bit of wobble on the yolk, that's good. Just damp them off, dry them off on a cloth. And gently put them on top. And with the other one. So as I say, one egg was fresher than the other, so that one's come out lovely. Then we're just going to finish that off. A little bit of salt. And some black pepper. And there you have very simple brunch. sweet potato rosti, some bacon and a poached egg, which is nice and runny on the inside. Enjoy!